I have an update on the Omaha Oracle, Cortney Kotzian, and I am so excited to give you this update. Because this case is from last year, I'm going to show you the videos from the past, and then I'll show you the updates. Cortney Kotzian, the Omaha Oracle, is behind the accounts harassing her followers. Now, I've said before that it's ridiculous that a man who has a defamation case against Cortney would be on burner accounts harassing her online while self-identifying as those burner accounts. Here's how I spoke about her in January. The only reason I'm even touching this case is because of how Cortney abused Rochelle and how I'm seeing her abuse her other victims. Rochelle is a long COVID survivor. I'm going to interrupt this flashback real quick so we could focus in on this email. One time when Cortney made those fake TikTok accounts pretending to be Samuel Kimbril, what she did was make Rochelle's husband out to look like a pedo by sending inappropriate messages to a minor on TikTok that lived in her town. That minor's parent came to where Rochelle's husband works with the police. But because of that false accusation, he was put on unpaid leave pending investigation. Obviously, he was not found guilty of any of it, but the lost wages and stress while his wife is a long COVID survivor. But suddenly, Cortney accused Charles Schwab of hiring a firm to stalk her on TikTok, again, while identifying as the firm Charles Schwab. Her followers believed that. That is what Cortney said, and her followers believed that. That is why they gave her so much support. Cortney's victims of the past that have figured it out, that have gotten away from her, have spoken to me. And one thing they said that she always does is direct how they should feel and how they should act. So Rochelle, thinking it was this other stalker, reported this to the police to get a protected... Read this. Read all this. I even included the officer's name. The police said it was Cortney. It was Cortney. Otherwise, the police departments, all of them are in on it too, as well as Charles Schwab. Anyone who hears that part, that Charles Schwab set up a firm to stalk some women on TikTok with burner accounts while self-identifying as Charles Schwab, realizes how crazy this sounds. Tell me she wasn't directed to say this. Suddenly, people are saying, no. We never said it was Charles Schwab. We said it was this guy pretending to be Charles Schwab. So here's the overwhelming evidence from all of Cortney's victims and Cortney that she did say it was Charles Schwab.
This stuff with Charles Schwab hiring a whole firm to try to take down me and Cortney, it's really got me thinking, why didn't they invest in that to shut down the problem? Why didn't they use that kind of energy against the actual stalker and person who has been harassing and doxing and everything else? Why come after the women trying to expose this man?
Omaha Oracle may not know who you are, but Charles Schwab does. I've been spamming Charles Schwab for a week. All of these trolls, but this is the Charles Schwab troll farm.
Our hearing has been postponed due to COVID. That does give me a heck of a lot more time to prepare all of the evidence that I have for the EEOC interview that I have tomorrow that is going to talk about all of this harassment. The harassment from Charles Schwab.
So I have a current hypothesis on how the spammy bot program or even the Charles Schwabby program is Schwabby bot. Mass reporting and knowing I'm even back or how to do so.
Because all of these trolls are doing is solidifying the Omaha Oracle's case. Meaning Charles Schwab as an organization can't defend themselves, cannot provide a defense for what's happening. They can't distance themselves from it because their name is splashed all over TikTok by people who are employed by Charles Schwab. The courts are going to know this. All these trolls, Sammy, Gloria, Paul, Millie, all you're doing is ensuring that Cortney receives a multi-million-dollar settlement.
This is a grift. It is a scam. She is scamming people and hurting women so she can amplify her story.
I owe my platform to the trolls. They came out anonymously to bully me and boosted my engagement so much that people started watching this like daytime television. Now, if they had an ounce of intelligence, they'd have realized that they were helping me. My engagement numbers completely plummeted when they stopped trolling, but I adapted and I streamlined my content and I started practicing my speeches. I learned how to engage with my audience and I sought feedback.
It's her. Cortney was furious that I uncovered her scam, So she aligned herself with people like Brian Carlson and my children's stalker, anyone she can to try to get back at me. She even tried to make fake accounts and say that I'm behind them. As if I would ever post Iran with that symbol on the flag. Funny enough, though, they were in the same style, use the same verbiage, and same pattern of behavior that Cortney has. It also implies that I have the time in my day or would care to do that. Now, Cortney normally targets people with mental illnesses because she finds them more vulnerable and easy to manipulate. Unfortunately, there are some people who do not need evidence or facts or really care about those things. They just had one thing in mind, which is take down Middle Eastern guy. So I revealed earlier this year that Cortney's case, her countersuit against Samuel Kimbril, was dismissed with prejudice. And Cortney's excuse to that was,
my counterclaim in the defamation of character lawsuit towards Samuel was dropped because they couldn't find me. There was a problem with my address. I had to leave my old address. I had to send my kids away for their safety. And in the interim there, because I did talk about it on TikTok, because I wasn't safe, and you helped, you know, make me as unsafe as possible. I had to protect my address at all costs. And that's why I'm sharing this now, because it was all just a distraction. And I actually went to the courthouse and cleared it up with the judge. So what you just showed is actually no longer... You don't know the whole story, and I'm not going to completely get into all of it because there's a lot of stuff I can't talk about right now. The EEOC is done with their investigation, and trust me.
The Nebraska court in October 2022 struck down Cortney's counterclaim as a sanction for failing to respond to discovery. And remember how she posted a video saying it was all a mistake because of her address or something, and she had gone to the judge and cleared everything up? Well, she lied. On April 11th, 2023, the court entered an order for default due to Cortney's continued refusal to respond to discovery requests and failure to comply with the 3 orders compelling discovery. Judgment was entered in Kimbril's favor and against Cortney as liability on all causes of action alleged in the complaint: defamation, invasion of privacy, and false light. A hearing to determine damages will be scheduled in the future. However, and I want the pretty basic and everyone slandering me based on Cortney's lies to hear this part out. Kimbril's complaint alleges an excess of $100,000 in reputational damages, plus $7,750 per month since November 2021 in special damages, probably lost wages. Remember those numbers.
Me right now.